Today on OC News, we have more details on an attempted sexual assault at an Orange County college. Also, a pharmaceutical starts studies on a pill that could fight COVID-19 and looks for approval of a COVID vaccine for kids. These and more stories coming up on OC News.
This just in tech news. The first responder on the police.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students
at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now. Welcome to OC News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Natalia Valle. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. On the final day of the U.S. Open of Surf at Huntington Beach, police received reports of a suspicious man who was armed with a gun. As officers arrived at the scene, the suspect refused to comply with the police demands. Families and children witnessed the standoff in broad light on the south side of the pier. The man was then shot by the police officers. Paramedics tried to revive the man, but unfortunately, the shots were fatal. The motive of the now deceased man is still unknown to police, but an investigation is currently ongoing. It is unclear how many shots were fired, but beachgoers provided this video of the shooting. Anyone with information about the shooting can call Orange County Crime Stoppers at 855-TIP-OCCS. Reporter Cristina Briseño is at Chapman University to tell us about an attempted sexual assault that happened last Friday.
This last Friday at approximately 1 a.m., an attack took place here at Chapman University. The attacker is a 6-foot-tall man who was wearing a skeleton mask when he attacked a student. I came to campus to hear what students had to say about the attack and their concerns.
Personally, I have a really late class that I have to go to. Coming back, I constantly have to look over my shoulder and look around my surroundings.
Another student, Josh, was on campus when he overheard the attack from his dorm.
And it happened outside my building. I heard someone screaming around that time, and I was just damn, I wonder what's going on out there. And then I got the email the next day, and I was like, that just sucks. But yeah, they said they'd have more public safety around. Who knows how long that'll be for. So, personally for me, I'm not too worried about it, but I could definitely see how other people would be worried for their safety.
I like the feeling of safety on campus, and I do trust P-Safe and all that they're doing. But hearing that it's somewhere so close to where I'm living and walking every day does make me a little anxious.
As you can see, some students are still feeling skeptical. Fortunately, Orange Police and Chapman University's police on campus have teamed up together to find the attacker. Police are asking anybody with any information to contact the Orange Police Department. I'm Cristina Briseño. Back to you, Natalia.
COVID-19 vaccines could soon be readily available for children. After months of research and testing, Pfizer is seeking emergency approval to its vaccine in children ages 5 to 11. CNN's Nick Watt has the details.
COVID-19 vaccines for kids could be coming very, very soon. Today is a big vaccine mandate deadline day in the Northeast. In Connecticut, school bus drivers must now be vaccinated or take weekly tests. Reportedly, some won't do either.
You're in a tight congregate setting, a bus, surrounded by kids who aren't vaccinated.
In New York State, deadline day for medical workers. Thousands still haven't gotten the shot. A staff shortage looms. In New York City, today was supposed to be deadline day for school employees, but a court issued a temporary injunction. There's now a hearing set for Wednesday. Meantime, around 38% of the NYPD remain unvaccinated.
Right now we have 8 members of the NYPD in the hospital, all 8 unvaccinated.
Is there a connection between vaccination and hospitalization rates? Well, take West Virginia. Lowest vaccination rate in the nation right now, and the highest hospitalization rate.
We are going through the peak, and it looks like we're starting to turn down.
The Delta-driven surge is still rolling around the country, but
I think by Thanksgiving, it's probably going to have run its course across the whole country. Prevalence should decline on the back end of this Delta wave, and hopefully we get back to more of a semblance of normalcy, especially when vaccines hopefully will be available for children as well, and people will feel more comforted by the fact that they can protect their kids also.
In addition to children vaccines, Pfizer also plans to introduce a pill that could stop the severity of COVID infections. The antiviral pill could help to fight COVID-19 symptoms shortly after testing positive. In addition to stopping symptoms, the pill could also prevent the infection from spreading to others within household. Pfizer is currently testing the pill on 2,600 people over the age of 18. Those in the trial will take either the actual pill or a placebo twice a day for 5 to 10 days. Pfizer initially began clinical trial of this pill in March and is expected to learn the results later this year. When OC News returns, we take a deeper dive into how the theater department handled the pandemic, plus a look at your Cal State Fullerton sports. Gracias.
All right, I have a question about.
Campus looks a little different because of the pandemic, but students and faculty are quickly adjusting to the new norm. Reporter Melanie Ferrari shows how the campus has changed.
California State University Fullerton has finally reopened to students and faculty after almost 3 entire semesters. While some things on campus have stayed the same, a lot has changed, especially when it comes to indoor student spaces. In some classrooms, plexiglass was installed to prevent COVID from spreading. However, Joseph Allen, indoor air researcher, says that not a single study has shown that plastic barriers actually control the virus. Hand sanitizer by the gallon and large containers of disinfectant wipes are now available in all classrooms on campus. The Pollock Library, a major student hub, has installed new furniture and study spaces to ensure and maximize safety for all Cal State Fullerton students.
Is that we've added some things with, I think there's 32 altogether of these special chairs of their own individual little desks and a little footstool. They're called Brody, B-R-O-D-Y chairs. These sort of individual study rooms. And these are equipped with charging stations for your cell phone and allow you to use them as a space to do a class on Zoom.
The Titan Recreation Center is another place on campus where the risk of spreading COVID is high.
On the Titan, so a lot of equipment was no longer in use and it was spaced out. It's a lot harder to remove cardio equipment from the floor, so we definitely just put some tape on it. Same with equipment on the weight room floor. Now that things are a little bit better and there's no social distancing requirements, we do have the facility open per normal.
During these unprecedented times, we get closer and closer to returning to life on campus as we know it. This is Melanie Ferrari for OC News.
Cal State Fullerton's theater department is finally back on stage after a year of no productions. Reporter Jessica Gonzalez talked with a few students to see what it's like performing on Zoom.
The life of a theater student has always been a day-to-day performance. When the pandemic hit back in 2020, the students went from onstage life to Zoom life. Theater major Joanna Hyung has always had a passion for performing, but she says the Zoom transition was difficult.
Everything was kind of like shifted to like stage acting to like acting with a camera in front of you. So instead of like pretending like there's somebody next to me, it was just like, oh, punch your camera, and it was a time.
While campus was closed, acting major Audrey Gibbs and her classmates created a podcast to share their frustrations of quarantine.
The last thing that theater students ever want is to be put in a box. Yet somehow that's exactly what the COVID-19 pandemic managed to do.
With no productions going on, Audrey explained that the podcast was an outlet for her.
My field, what I want to do, is deemed unimportant. And then being put into a box, not given the space to be creative, not being given the instruction and the feedback from my peers and my professors on how to improve in my art. It was just a very discouraging process initially.
Productions will continue this fall semester with COVID-19 restrictions, but the show must go on. This is Jessica Gonzalez reporting for OC News.
As vaccines become mandatory on campus, Cal State Fullerton is nearing its goal of 100% vaccination rate. According to CSUF, about 75% of students have uploaded COVID vaccination records to the school's website. Proof of vaccination was first required in July, and students are supposed to be vaccinated by the beginning of October. In order to help more students get vaccinated, Cal State Fullerton is expected to have temporary vaccination sites on campus again, as they did to start the school year. Cal State Fullerton is having a career fair this Wednesday for business and economic majors. Megan Martinez, a career advisor, has more about the event.
So the fair is virtual, so you don't have to come to class. You'll be able to access it wherever you are. If you are on campus, we do have some space for you to be able to use. So you can come to SGMH 1401 during the time of the fair, that's 1 to 5 on Wednesday, and we can find you a quiet space to be able to log into your laptop and talk with the employers that are there.
The College of Business and Economics is offering this virtual event to provide students a venue to network with employers, submit their resumes to recruiters, and learn about career opportunities. This event allows employers the opportunity to create awareness of their organization, career opportunities, and recruit potential candidates. When OC News returns, Cal State Fullerton Soccer face a top 25 team in the country this weekend. How they do? Plus, a nonprofit gave away thousands of toys to children affected by the Calder fire. These and more stories when OC News returns.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Three major Cal State Fullerton sports had huge games this past weekend. Jessica Gonzalez is here with all of your sports highlights.
Thanks, Natalia. It has been a great weekend for Fullerton soccer and volleyball teams. Men's soccer played against the top-ranked Santa Clara team last Friday. Titan player Dylan Robinson scored from a corner kick with just 30 seconds left in the first half. This was Robinson's first goal in his college career and his first season as a Titan. Santa Clara scored the last goal of the game, making it a 1-1 tie.
Play was set up. We have our bigger guy, Noah. He's usually occupying the front post. So we usually try to get it to him and try to get it back post. But it was a well-played ball. It was a scramble in the box and left for me wide open one-on-one, and I got my head on it.
Women's soccer played a close game last night against UC Santa Barbara at Harder Stadium. It was a quiet game until the second half. Carla Rodriguez hits a perfect header off a pass from Caitlin Beebe. The goal gave their Titans their 1-0 lead and gave Carla her fourth goal of the season. The Titans will return to Titan Stadium on Thursday for a 4-game series against UC Irvine. And women's volleyball played Bakersfield last night in the Titan Gym, making it the first game of the Big West Conference. Friday night kicked off their first match against Bakersfield. The Titans took the lead in the first 2 sets, then Bakersfield came in control of the third set, winning 25-17. Fullerton came back in the end with a score of 25-22, making it a 3-1 win overall. And on Saturday, Fullerton took on Cal Poly Pomona here at the Titan Gym. Pomona had control over the game, but they made a bit of a comeback towards the end. The Titans pushed all the way back to the 5th set. After a nail-biting game, Fullerton fell 3-2. The Titans are now 1-1 in the Big West Conference and will play Long Beach State tomorrow at the Pyramid. Fullerton's volleyball team is looking pretty good for their upcoming conference games, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. That's all I have for sports for now. I'm Jessica Gonzalez. Back to you, Natalia.
Thank you, Jessica. After a recent fire destroyed numerous houses in Northern California, a nonprofit helped to put a smile on children's faces who are affected by the devastation. CNN's Erin Heft has the story.
I'm trying not to cry.
Meet Brooklyn, Colin, and Graceland.
Our house burned down in Tyler Guide neighborhood.
Did you lose toys and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened.
They're 3 of the hundreds of children who lost everything to the Caldor fire.
Hello.
Though that chapter ends today.
Hi! I heard you guys lost your dirt bikes. So you guys worked really hard for. Do you guys want these ones?
Thousands of toys sprawled out across the yard of Pioneer Union Elementary School. Ashley Smith and her family to thank.
We've been doing this for about 14 years now.
Their family's home burning down twice as she grew up, and now Ashley's gifted over 3 million toys to kids just like her.
I understand what these kids are going through, and that's why we give them toys.
Founding the nonprofit, Ashley's Toy Closet, they travel to natural disasters, all to put smiles on these little faces.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
2 donated dirt bikes.
What do you tell everyone?
Thank you.
And gear.
I don't know what's all in there. Take whatever fits you.
I need a knee pad for my bike. I always crash.
It all goes home with them today.
This has to be so meaningful as a parent.
Oh, more than you know. I can't put it into words. I never thought this would happen.
You want to take a picture?
Ashley and her toy closet giving each family a kickstart to this new beginning.
You have fun with them, okay?
Thank you for joining us tonight on OC News. Remember to follow Titan TV on YouTube for your latest news about Orange County and Cal State Fullerton. Our next telecast comes to you live on Wednesday at 5 p.m. From all of us at OC News, have a great night.